is on the moon. Her spirit lifts up with the tune, spreading kindness around the room. She's Katie Moonchild.
Hi! Hey, everybody. Hello, Jenny. Great news. I'm glad that you tested negative. You know, as I was putting my makeup on, as I was sitting in hair and makeup earlier, I was thinking, you know what? Jenny should be about testing negative about now. Hopefully. And then here you are. Good to see you. Good to see you. That's so cool. First off, I was like, oh, bummer, she's got COVID. And then now, no, you don't. So good. Awesome. And I'm glad you go back to work tomorrow afternoon so you could be here with me today. Good to see you. And Dolly, mwah, hello. Good morning. Good morning. I hope your mom was good. And I know you had a full weekend. Yeah, I'm all about green today. I was going to wear a shirt that I got from a YouTuber. I love buying YouTube t-shirts. Hi, Flowing. Good to see you. Welcome. It was no more than a head cold. I didn't have a fever. You know, I was wondering also as I was putting my makeup on if it was going to be something like the flu or a head cold. That we're going to go, I wonder if it's COVID or I wonder if it's something else. And it's going to be on whether you have bad symptoms or not as to whether you even go and be tested in the future. It's a part of our lives now. Your mom's doing great. I'm so glad to hear that. Yes, Dolly is not going to be doing any live streams or videos for the next few weeks until she is all through with her surgery, which is next week, you guys. So prayers for her, please. And send her all the loving energy and healing energy you can muster. And if you know Reiki, please send her healing. What date is it, Dolly, for everybody in here? Is it the 29th, I believe? Soon. So we're holding space for you, my dear. Yeah, hey, I'm going to do my best to try to see if I can meet you out there on the astral plane. I won't have the inducement you'll have. But you know what? I do have some ceremonial medicine, and I've been being led to do ceremony. And I'm thinking, your surgery might be a really good day to do that. So don't be surprised if you see me going in your snooze, the 28th. Okay, good. A week from today, Taco Tuesday. Well, we'll be holding space for you, my love. And lots of new stuff going on around here. I'm making a project that's incorporating both of the, I'm doing clear resin and then I'm doing the ceramic pour kind of resin. This project's going to use both. I'm just going to give you a hint. It has to do with something like this, only this size. And that's all I'm going to say. Wait till you see the video. Yeah, it incorporates. I was pouring and doing silly stuff just to see what. I have a bunch of polymer clay molds when I used to do polymer clay ages ago. That used to be my thing, making homemade paper and polymer clay. But I had a bunch of the molds and I thought, that ceramic pour stuff would be really good in that because they're have a matte finish. So your resin stuff you put in there is not shiny. It's kind of bleh. But look at him. Isn't he funny? Feral. Anyway, so it works great. It even the details of the snake and everything. So this one, like, I can put this in a pendant. Of course, I will do it. What I plan on doing with these is making them look like marble. Look like they're carved out of marble. And put them in pendants and stuff. I love this flower. Isn't that pretty? And then there's a fish. Isn't he cool? I love that. Sexy, kissy lips. And then the ankh. I think they're fun because they're not like super serious, but yet you could make them that way if you wanted to. I have Japanese, or I guess I'd have to call it Asian, because it's peacocks and bamboo and that kind of stuff too. So that one, I'm really looking forward to doing a bunch of. Now that I know this works, I'll be making stuff in it. I need something to go, oh, you know what? That's what I used before. I was trying to figure out what I used. They don't have much support in the middle of the mold, so they sag, and that's how you end up getting this. Look at him. This is the Pharaoh. I'd say he's kind of uneven. Before. That's how you get that. It doesn't stay level. I remember now, my box, my cards fit just right inside that. Okay. Thanks, Spirit. My art makes you happy? Well, thank you, you guys. It makes me happy too. Oh my gosh, am I a when I can't do it? I just like take off in my head and worrying as I'm sitting here waiting to go live and watching you guys coming in, talking to each other. I'm sitting here. There's a sharp edges on my. I'm calling this my swamp bunny because he's been hanging out in the yucky water too deep. Anyway, he had some sharp edges. He's still got some, and I've just been sitting here with fingernail filing resin. So I'm hooked. I'm hooked. Well, it's so good to see you guys. I want to tell you, first of all, I got to give you our cards. The 100 mindfulness prompts. I was just shuffling to warm them up, get my energy all through them and stuff. This one card kept popping out. And it's a real simple card because it's kind of the theme of the show today. Anyway, first of all, everything we do here, all card readings and everything, are for entertainment purposes only, not meant to be taken as legal, financial, or medical advice. Spiritual advice is up to you. Okay, that said, we can start. Anyway, today, the ultimate thing we're going to end up with as we go through this journey today is unlimited love. Unconditional, unlimited love. Isn't that what you want? I sure do today. Woo! Thank you. I love it when that happens, when I get the tingles. So our card today from the 100, is that 100 or yeah, 100. I always can't ever remember if it's 100 or 1,000. Mindfulness prompts. Is an emotion card. Hi, Fatima. How are you, Fatima? Wonderful to see you. I saw you earlier in the chat in Terry's live. That was beautiful live this morning. You never know what I'm doing while I'm sitting in hair and makeup. Anyway, it's an emotional card, and it's by a quote by Dr. Stephen Covey. The man who wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. There's one book that changed my life in the 20s. Wow, when I was in the 20s. When I was in my 20s, not back in the 1920s. I'm not quite that old. Anyway, the quote is, love is a verb. You can't wait for love to find you. Love is something you do. Love is also a noun. Love is someone love today. A hug, a compliment, a random act of kindness. Dolly did that the other day. You know how I'm always telling you guys in the drive up, pay for the car behind you. Dolly did that the other day. Yeah. Um, the response that you get back is amazing. Love is a verb, and it's a word that shouldn't be thrown around without intention. Yes. Hi, Sin. Yay, you had to go fix your mushroom coffee. Well, guess what, you guys, today I'm drinking coffee from Hawaii, Honolulu. It's coconut. It's got it's yummy stuff. So I decided I was gonna. I don't normally drink hot drinks when it's hot because it makes me shiny up here, and it's starting to happen. Anyway, uh, makes me perspire. But today I was in the coffee mood. And it tastes so good. I doctor it up. I make it like dessert because I don't drink it that often. Someone did that for you? Okay, I'm missing out. What? Oh, yeah. Kona coffee. That's what it is. It's so good. And it's the uh, coconut macadamia nut. Yeah. I have 3 bags of that stuff in my freezer. And I don't drink coffee very often. But boy, you come to my house for coffee, I got good coffee. I don't do just Folgers anymore. Sorry, Folgers, your coffee's good. So's Maxwell House and those other chemical-laden coffees. Anyway, oh my God, the nighttime. Okay, you guys don't let me shine off. Don't let me shine off today. At the end of this, without giving you the nighttime quote, I just looked at it. The ending. This is the end of our show. It's our final message from Spirit. Gotcha, Spirit. Thank you. So today, love is a verb. So what are you guys all drinking? I'm bringing you in. I got questions for you today. The place we're going to start at is because of the politics going on in the world, not just in the United States. Most of us here are from the United States, but we do have a couple people that are maybe lurking or whatever, or may watch later from other countries that are going through stuff too. The whole world is going through stuff because we're going through this shift. So, understand. Ooh, Louisiana brand community coffee. That sounds good. There's also a coffee. I asked them once if they wouldn't mind if for a free bag of coffee every once in a while. I'd love to be their sponsor. I'd love to be a sponsor here on YouTube for them. I do morning coffee show, so I'm gonna be asking them again. It's Sasquatch Coffee out of Oregon. It's really good coffee. I thought that would be kind of a fun thing to have, a Gaia-oriented thing. You know me, Gaia. The beach, nature. Just hang out in the out. Not in your house, not in a building when you can. Get outside. That's hard for me. I'm really going to push that now because it's getting uncomfortable here. I'm using my AC. That means I'm not going to have as much money in the next 4 months. That's okay. I'm spoiled, y'all. I'm used to spending at least about 6 months out of the year. I don't have to pay for air conditioning or heat. I just open my windows. So that's pretty nice. Anyway, you guys, my question for you is, with all that's going on today, I know you're worried and I know you're scared. And I want to start today by looking at fear. Real quiet out there. Real quiet in here. I can even hear the clock ticking across the room. Is your mind going down that what if he wins road? Or is your mind going down the what if I can't pay my bills? Or just that what if? First thing I have to tell you is if you're going to play the what if game, play it to the end. Don't just stop at the what if. What if? Look at it. Look at it. Look at the different outcomes. And you're going to go, oh my God, all those scary outcomes. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, first off, what is... It's how you talk to yourself. It's a perception. Fear comes from perception. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I only face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me, and when it is gone, past. You're blessed that you can do that. Turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, let me get the next one here, we'll continue on. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. That's beautiful. Wow. You try not to go down that road, I say to myself, it will all work out. Exactly. But I don't know. Yes. I don't know if any of y'all listen to John of News channel, but he's big on love conquering fear. Ooh, John of No, but I will definitely, because I'm all about this, the love thing, you know. That's from the book of the book Dune. That's awesome, Dolly. It's beautiful. There's a reason you have these fears, okay? It's a primal survival mode. You're trying to be prepared for something that you have no way of being prepared for because you don't know what it is you're preparing for. First off. Oh, John of New is reincarnated John the Apostle. Awesome, of Yeshua. Cool. I will listen. I fill myself with love and blessings so that fear stays away. There you go. And you send it all to everyone, everywhere you go. I feel it so strong from you, Fatima. You know, the main thing I'm wanting you to understand is love is not love. Fear is a perception. Instead of going, oh my God, what are they going to turn off my electric bill if I don't have it paid? Turn around and look at it as though, well, they turn off my electric bill because I didn't have the money for it. We're going to camp in the house. At least we won't get rained on until we can work something out, because I can adapt. I can do this. There's always, and this sounds funny, there is always a way out, up, over, and around your obstacles. And if those obstacles will stand still so that you can do that, cool. But if those obstacles move in the directions you try to go and they're still there as a block, it's up to you to figure out, why is that block there? What is that block. Hey, Sonia. Good to see you, my love. Missed you while you were gone. I hope you had a great trip. Yeah, if you're um worrying about the details in your life, um like me, when I hate to always use me for an example, but a few years ago, I had my car repossessed. My electric was turned off, and so was my water. That was a really hard time. I want you to know I haven't had a car since. That's been almost 10 years ago. I really don't want a car. That was an expense that was stupid for me. I had a brand new car sitting in the driveway getting dried out because it's sitting in the driveway. I don't need a car to go anywhere. But I was spending $450 a month out of my limited funds to pay for a car because you're supposed to have a car. And when it got repossessed, I was like beating myself up. You can't even make a car payment. What's the matter with you? You could have lived in that car if you lost your house. And then I'm going, wait a minute. My house is paid for. I didn't need that car. So I remembered my travel agent days and remembered, hey, rent a car for the weekend or for 3 days in a row. Do the weekend rate in the middle of the week if you can. Run around, do what you need to do. If you have to go out of town, that's when you get the car. You don't have to have it just to have it, right? So it's been 10 years since I've owned a car. When I need a car, I go rent it. It cost me maybe $300. Shit, that's a lot cheaper than $450 a month. So that's my logic. Something like that happens, flip it. Flip it in your head into something as oh, this is a challenge. Not, oh my God, what am I going to do? Because you go into the panic mode as you're watching your car being towed down the street by the tow truck. I'm going, it's hot. How am I going to even get laundry detergent home, let alone a watermelon? That was my thought. I swear to you, that was my thought. But see, that's before COVID. That's before groceries were being delivered like crazy. But even at that time, I was having Safeway deliver my groceries. Laundry detergent, watermelon, they brought it in their truck. No problem. So finally it dawned on me. This is your creation. There's a reason you created this period without a vehicle. Make the best of it. So yeah. And now I'm so used to living without it. It's like weird when I'm behind the wheel. And when I need to go to the doctor, I have through my Medicaid in Arizona, they provide like an Uber that's strictly for medical. It is not Uber. So it's really cool because the drivers are all, kind of, the drivers are different because the clients are different. We aren't drunk and we truly need them to get to the doctor or the hospital, whatever. They don't do things like urgent care and that kind of thing because they wanted some advance notice, like 3 days advance notice. But for doctor's appointments and stuff, they're great. They're great. I'm always kidding them and telling them you're my favorite car service, my personal limousines. They laugh. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make to you is when fear normally hits me in the stomach first. I don't realize that I'm in that mode until I get the stomach ache. I get that tightness in my tummy. And I know that that's what it is. Cigna Medicare. Yeah, there you go. Yes, and let me tell you, when I was going through cancer, I had a car. between the surgeries and the medications, I couldn't drive very much. I did drive myself back and forth to chemo, and I never missed a chemo. I did myself, and I don't know how I did that. First of all, usually the first thing they give you in chemo, I don't know, with IV chemo, the first thing they give you is an IV of Benadryl. So in case you have a reaction to the next bound of chemicals they're going to give you, which is the actual chemo. So they give you the Benadryl to help slow down or prevent a drug reaction, an allergic reaction to the drug. So, but I can't take Benadryl. I have restless leg syndrome, and it sets it off. It makes my legs want to take off and run, leave my body behind. I can't stop it. They shake and jiggle, and it's like I have Parkinson's in my lower half of my body. It's really weird. So I take Claritin. So because I would take my Claritin every morning, they didn't have to give me that sleepy dopey drug, Benadryl, intravenous. So I could drive myself back and forth. You know, I pray that you all, everybody gets the medical care I get. Between Medicare and Medicaid, with my Medicare Advantage program and my Medicaid, I am so blessed. I have universal, what I would love everybody else to have, universal health care. It includes transportation. I get help with my utilities if I need it. It pays for my food as well. So that I, as someone over 65, can continue to live independently and healthfully. Because the stuff you get from the food bank, let me tell you, been there. It's all starch. It's all starch and beans. What's cheap to give out to the poor? Starch and beans. And then they wonder why the poor's health is bad. Your income is just slightly above the cutoff for Medicaid. Oh, that sucks. See, that's why I say those kind of loopholes are bullshit. Sorry. I mean, this is something I feel really strong about is healthcare. Especially over 65. When you're retirement age, I think it should be, you've been paying into this system, supporting people for a really long time. It's only fair that it's your turn to be supported. I am a democratic socialist, and I'm the first to tell you that as a registered independent. I remember when, you remember when your mom was going through chemo? And they gave, I'll tell you, Arizona, I love my Medicaid. I'm on a particular, they have several types of it. So if you're the kind of person that is disabled like I am, but you have a house, maybe you have an RV, maybe you have even a 401k, you could fall into a different category, or maybe you might have to pay a little bit a month towards it, but you still get all those benefits. Me personally, I'm just under that level by about $100 a month, so I don't have to pay for that. But they don't take my house. They don't take my I don't have an RV. If I did, hey, I'd live in that and rent this thing out. This is a 2-bedroom house. I don't need a 2-bedroom house. I spend 99% of my time in my bedroom, my bathroom, and my kitchen. Except for Tuesdays when I'm in here in the craft room. I'm going to be in here more. You got to move to Arizona. Come on. Can you handle the heat? That's all I got to say. Next month, 6. June is our hottest month. It's also the driest. Humidity in the single digits, like 5, 2%. Dry. And the temperature, 110, 115. Up until right about the 4th of July when monsoon comes in. And because the air currents change and it brings the tropical air from the Gulf of Mexico plus the Gulf of California, and it kind of converges over Arizona. So we get everything but tornadoes in 4 months. Not unusual to range 3 inches in an hour during that time. It just, and it does that. Wind shear comes down out of the cloud like this, and it pushes everything out of the way. If your house is in the way, sometimes it'll just push your house. Yeah. Oh, believe you. I used to work in the Westin La Paloma, right? Westin Resort here. And the number one complaint I would get, because I worked in the business center, so I worked with secretaries and stuff, guests, because it was a convention center. And the number one complaint I always got is, how do you live here? My skin is going to crack and fall off. And I'm like, coconut oil, my love, coconut oil. And they give you this really weird look. And I'm like, no, not the stuff that you pump, the fractionated liquid kind. I'm talking the kind you eat, the kind you cook with. I put it in, it's my conditioner for my hair, it's my moisturizer for my skin, and I eat it. So I'm like walking coconut oil. But it does have saturated fat, but it's a different kind of saturated fat. And if you like the taste of butter, mix it half and half with coconut oil. Good that way. But anyway, I digress. Well, you're going to come visit Arizona from what I gather, aren't you? You're going to come see me someday. Hey, I have a Sheraton within a walking distance of my house. Okay? So, any of y'all want to come see me, let me know. Let me know. The Tucson Sheraton, seriously, is between me and my hospital. And the hospital is only 1.3 miles from my house. Come see me. We can go to the gem show one of these days. You can't stay there, but because it'll be all booked up, unless you want to make your reservations a couple years ahead of time. Cool, let me know. Go for it. Off topic. Is the repugnant... Yes. Oh, no, it's not off topic. This is a fear thing. It's not really off topic. Politics. Convention in Milwaukee. And if so, do you think there'll be a protest galore? Expected at both, you guys. Yes. I'm not Dolly answering that, but Spirit has already shown me. You remember 1968, Katie? Democratic National Convention in Chicago? I went, yeah. Repeat performance, Katie, in 2024. At least it I didn't get that Kent State was going to happen again. But get ready for the conventions. They're going to be. Either watch it or don't. I don't. I think they're boring as hell. So, hey, it pumps up them electoral college people. I don't like that either. We don't need that anymore. We don't live a horse and buggy. We don't travel by horse and buggy anymore, and it take it 2 weeks to get to the Capitol to vote. What are you saying here? Yeah, you're going to be here? I am planning on taking a lawn chair and a cooler full of soda, and I am going to wear all of my rainbow stuff and be annoying. Honey, you're going to get your head blowed off if you were in Arizona. No, you wouldn't, because there's going to be a lot of people there with you. Annoying, but with love. Exactly. That's what rainbows are to me. I love them. My favorite thing to do in resin is rainbow colors. Yeah, be very annoying, but not enough to get arrested. I agree, Sin. Completely agree. A Hug Me t-shirt. Hey, I love it, Mrs. Hug. You all know that's her last name, right? Rachel Hug. I think that's the name of her other channel. You want to go over there. She has the coolest videos on her critters in her yard, rabbits and squirrels and birds, and yeah, go over and check out Rachel's Hug. Go check her out. I love it. I didn't know if you guys knew that Hug was her last name, so. Oh, and I would too, girl. I would. Actually, if I were to do anything like to rent this out, I only have 3 people in mind. Number 1, top of the list, are grad students at the University of Arizona. They have one thing on their mind, and that's school. They don't do the party thing. They're usually older, and they need a place to live for 2 years. That's it. But that's a 24-month lease. I used to work in property management. The other that I would really like to rent to are winter visitors, because they're here from October to April. And they're not always here. They're out going to the Grand Canyon and Tombstone and Yuma to see the prison. And, there's so much to do and see here in Arizona that they're very seldom home. And you can get $3,000 to $5,000 a month here for a 2-bedroom home during that winter visitor season. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Dolly, post your link for your channel, please. Your other channel, because it's delightful. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Oh my goodness, brain fart. It's not too unusual. There's a new ad on YouTube now for those of us with chronic pain. If you're taking, and they list the 3 most common prescribed medications that change the chemical of your brain when you have fibromyalgia. And they tell you, we have an 11-second thing that will make that all go away. But the pharmaceutical company, blah, 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 is going to take this video. I am so sick of this. This is the secret. Hurry up and watch below before they take this video down. I know the hard sell. It's a scam. It's a scam. Anyway, cards today. We're halfway through. Oh, cool. There you go, Dolly. That channel of Dolly's has been around a while. She and I have been doing this YouTube game for a year or 2. I started in 2011. Actually, have had 2 other YouTube channels besides this one that don't exist anymore. I'm going to pull a crystal card for us. What pretty rock should we carry with us? And I'm calling them pretty rocks because that's what I've always called them. I love crystals. You don't have to call them crystals. They're stones. Just because they're not made out of basalt or granite or whatever. Jasper is similar to granite. So, hey, in these cards, salt is a healing crystal. Gosh, we'll die without our salt. Chemo brain is real. Oh my gosh, yes. Huh, I had it for 5 years. It took that long of eating healthy and, drinking lots and lots of water and drinking lemon water out the butt, and to finally clear that away. It just had to do it on its own. And I can't explain it. It's like you're living in a, by the way, hi, cat. It's like you're living in a bubble. And you're just watching the world go on around you. Because part of your survival when you go into chemotherapy is you separate yourself from everybody else because you don't want them to feel your pain. You don't want them to know you're scared if you're scared, and when you're scared, which I know you will be. That's part of it. So part of that is you shut that part of your brain kind of down. And then the chemicals on top of it just kind of help keep it that way for a while. And no one told me there was such a thing as chemo brain. I have chemo vein. You have to use the little baby, little child IVs and stuff on me because my veins go they blow, Jenny. They blow. It sucks. Because if I need an IV, hopefully I'm awake enough for them to understand that they got to use the child, the kitty stuff on me because the adult stuff just makes my veins pop. You know what? All the waiting rooms in the doctor's offices I noticed lately, including my occupational therapy, have their TVs turned off. Off. And everybody's energy is really good. Tells me a lot. I'd rather do a puzzle too. Although, not at my primary care physician's office because she sees children and little kids with puzzles and little kids' dirty hands. Don't get me wrong, I love kids. But the worst case of the flu that kind of started me on the fibromyalgia thing was from a little 4-year-old. So I loved her dearly, and her mama was too busy working to give her the cuddly love she needed, and she had a really high fever and the flu. And I went and picked her up from school and brought her home and just crawled in bed with her and hugged her. And I got so sick. But it helped her, and she needed it more than she needed just the love, you know. Oh God, you don't like anything hard. Cat, the one color puzzles. You can do that with any puzzle. Flip it over. Work it from the back side. Those are hard. You know, the ones I like too are the ones that I have one that's Ruffles potato chips, and the potato chips are all laid in different directions, so you have a tendency to want to follow the ridges. Man, that's a hard puzzle. The other one that I have is candy corn. Just a pile of candy corn. It's so hard. And it's only got 3 colors. It's so hard. I love puzzles. One color puzzles drive you nuts. I love it. That's funny. Okay. Ooh. I love this card today. You only more so. Because we're talking about love and unconditional love today. It's the Ruby card. Oh my goodness. Look at that Black Widow. But the Black Widow's hourglass is. Can you see what that is? It's 2 hearts. Interesting, huh? You only more so. What does it tell us about the Ruby? The book. First, when I saw those pink roses, I thought, oh, rose quartz. Oh, guess love. Ruby is the Mohs hardness of 8. I didn't realize that. Diamonds are a 10. Ruby is like love. She can fill you up or drain you dry. And like love, Ruby serves as an amplifier, magnifying both your positive and negative traits. She can lead you to courage and self-confidence if those seeds are already nurtured within you. If self-doubt and loathing, if self-doubt and loathing have taken root, she'll boost those like traits of equal measure. So be careful with your thoughts. Ruby will bolster your energy if you're feeling robust, or run down your batteries if you're feeling depleted. She doesn't discriminate or judge. She simply heightens what's already there. As Dorothy found out after she donned the ruby slippers, there's a bit of a learning curve in how to use them. Slide that ruby ring onto your finger and you will become more you. The question is, are you ready? Wow, there's the Black Widow in this. I hear in the combination of this and the love is a verb and unconditional love, be open to unconditional love, but be aware of the source. Always be open to unconditional love in areas that it serves you. If it doesn't serve you, it doesn't come across as love. It's going to come across as stress or I should. Does that make sense? You think Black Widows are beautiful? Come on, you can come to my house. I got them all over the place. I can't stand those things. But I also had an ex-husband that was highly allergic to them. Anytime he saw one, he got out the WD-40 and a lighter and turned it into a blowtorch. No more net or spider. They have their place. But there's a creepy spider. I don't know, you guys, years and years ago on YouTube, there used to be, when we were really super involved in Iraq and Afghanistan, camel spiders, and they'd be these giant, ugly bugs that had like 4 mandibles like this in the front, pincher thingies. And they made them look like they were half the size of a soldier or a camel. We have them here. They're about that big. They're called sun spiders. They have a lifespan of 2 weeks, and the things that they live off of are the 2 things I hate the most here: scorpions and black widows. So when I see those little 4-way pincher things that look like they came out of hell, I sure am glad to see them. Although when they get on your clothes, you go, ah! They're really creepy looking, but they're super timid. They hang out in the shadows, and they don't like people, so they don't bite. I'm sure if you tried to pick one up, if you're stupid enough to try to pick one up, it'd get you. Well, I don't think black widows really like it where it gets super cold. It's kind of like the difference between the German cockroach and the La cucaracha. Difference of about 2 3/4 inches. German cockroaches are those little things. I got cockroaches like this that show up at my house. They show up outside and they fly, just like palmetto bugs. So, yeah, that's the La cucaracha that the Spanish sing about. That's what Mexicans, you go, oh, it's got to be a big bug when they write a song about it. Let's see what another topic today. Unconditional love. What do we need to know about unconditional love? I'm going to use my cards. Got to use my cards in this reading or the show, or it just wouldn't be the show. By the way, I've designed backs for them. We're getting there. Yes. This is how we counter fear. I got a book for you to read. If you don't understand and this is for those of you who are new out there, when we tell you to embrace your inner child and go to your inner child, that's not your past as a kid. There's a part of you inside you that will always be the child who gets wounded easily, who wants to slap and fight back and has irrational thoughts, just like a 3-year-old. We all have that in us. There's an ancient book out there, just like Dr. Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This book that I want to recommend to you I'm okay. You're okay. I think we all need to read that book to understand how to communicate again with those that we have so farly been, so widely, that we've been separated from. We've been divided so badly. We've got to find our way back together. So I'm okay. You're okay. Don't try to change anybody. Let them know you love them and they're okay. Even if they're doing everything they can to push their life onto you, you know, you don't have to fight back. You know your path because you're on it. They're not. So you don't have to explain it to anybody either because they'll never get it because they can't see through your eyes. They didn't have the experiences that you had. Yeah, they use them in sapphires and stuff and rubies and watches. Well, this card is telling you to balance it all. We need balance in our life. So love is a burb. Love is a verb. It's something that we do. It's something that you are. And to really be open to it, to express it. Now we're talking manifestation here. To express it so that you get it back, you have to be in balance. Your chakras, your temple, your psyche, and your connection to spirit. So all your chakras have got to be in line. They got to be humming. They got to be in balance. And I can't tell you how to do that because I don't know your imbalances. Nobody does but you. Because we all have secrets. And to let you know, we're only as sick as our secrets. So it's okay. You don't have to divulge your secrets. Just understand you have them. We all have parts of our lives we don't share with anyone. We all have thoughts we don't share with anyone. Just understand it. Spirit and your guidance team and spirit team, they know those thoughts. They hear those thoughts louder than your words. And that's what they're trying to provide for you. So if you have the slightest little doubt on what you're manifesting or what you want to manifest, it's not going to happen. You got to go at it like you're living it now. And be so to take action to get into balance. What do we need to do? Is it a chakra? What's the action, please? We need 2 cards. Take one out of the middle of the deck. 2. First card we get, action for balance, is to go for it. We get this guy a lot. I love his expression. Go for it? Yeah. Oh, okie dokie. Thumbs up. Let's do it. You can't get in balance by watching. And so you know, healing is not comfortable. It's not meant to be. Oh, wow. And understand that there are things that and I know you can't see that picture really well. It's a woman with a bottle of wine in one hand. Gosh, I can't hardly see it either. She's got the bottle in one hand. She's holding on to the bottle in one hand, and she's got her wine glass up like she's toasting to the air. What she's doing is she's walking away with love. Hi, Gypsy JJ. Oh, you're welcome. Please get the book I'm Okay, You're Okay, because it'll tell you the 3 parts of your personality. Fantastic book. We have 3 parts to our personality. Our adult, which is that reasoning, logical, you got to pay the bill by Friday or, they're going to turn your electricity off. And you have the child that is going, oh my God, if I don't pay my bill, oh, let's go play and help. That's your inner child. That's the part of you that kind of wants to be irresponsible. And then there's the critical parent. That's the part of you that says you're not good enough. You're not worthy. You got to fix this. What are you doing? The part of that nitpicks at you. The part of you that nitpicks at you. Great book. Great book. That book's from the 1970s. I think that book came out in 1972 or 73. Excellent book. That and the effective habits, 7 effective habits of highly effective people by Dr. Stephen Covey. That book, those 2 books will set you on a good path to get you to ask your questions about who's that voice in my head that I'm hearing? Where does it come from? That's your higher self. Listen to that voice in your head. At the same time, it's not always your higher self. So you got to learn the difference between that voice and ego's voice. To learn that, you have to ask, whose voice is that? And where's it coming from? Why is it saying that? Is it preparing me for something? And I keep looking up here because I've got all my cards over here. The book is The Untethered Soul that will give you the answers for that one. Just type in a search in Amazon or Goodreads. Type in The Untethered Soul. Fantastic book. Those 3 books pretty much changed my life. So if you have them for reference books, there you go. Also, when you go down and start to feel the fear and uneasiness hitting you, just start focusing on what you love. I think I'll have macaroni and cheese today or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Focus on something that you love. Oh, I love roses. I think I'll go buy me some roses on the way home. It'll lift you into the next level and keep your light shining bright and not dim it. Well, hello, Dolly. Well, hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. Oh, I love it. That's cute. Oh. You got an N95? If you're not going to protect me and the elders where I am at, I'm going to protect myself. It's the first thing I bought when COVID came out, when they told us. First thing I did was go to Amazon and see what was the finest, the one with the finest holes in it. What was the best medical mask for medical personnel? And N95 popped up. And so I was buying those N95s before they went into storage. But I also sequestered myself before the rest of the world did. I kind of live that way anyway. It was kind of like, well, hi everybody, welcome to my world. I don't go anywhere and I'm at home all the time. You know what? I love my home. It's my sacred place. It's my sanctuary. It's my quiet place. It's where I go to recharge. And because I have become that way, I don't let very many strangers or other people inside my house. They can come and be on the property. We get in on the property, on the patio, all that kind of stuff. But inside the walls, it's like you're entering into my church. And it's my church. I got weird about that during COVID. I had a YouTuber even come to meet me, and it was cold, and we sat outside. Of course, we were all during shutdown, and I couldn't believe this guy actually got on a damned airplane to come to Tucson. getting a COVID pill when we were in lockdown? Come on. Well, we were never in lockdown. Shut down. I guess it depends on where you lived as to how seriously they took it. Anyway, I'm going to pull a card for us from Spirit. And then we're going to look at the nighttime card. The card I'm going to pull for us is from the Sacred Destiny deck by Denise Linn. Ooh. And a card came with the book. I'll just keep this card. I'm not even going to shuffle. When I pulled the book off the stack, this card was stuck to the bottom of the book. I'd say that's the one Spirit wants me, right? Please keep in mind that when fear or whatever doubt hits you, understand. It's just all a part of the walk. You're finishing it up. You're finishing the cycle. We are all finishing a huge, huge cycle. And the new beginning. See that light way out here? Look how bright and exciting that is. Keep focused on that. Because that is happening right now. So it's okay. It's not like you're focused on the future. You're focused on the new beginnings happening now. Don't be focused on the trials and crap that is all just rehashing the past. Understand that happened already. Spirit keeps telling me that the stuff that is scaring the public right now happened already. We know how it's been happening and we know the safeguards, and now we know the who, what, when, where, and why. The public doesn't need to always know everything, do we? I think that's why we have leaders. Here comes the word for the day. Trust. You won't have fear. You will always have unconditional love if you walk completely open in trust. Everything always works out for the best. It will if you focus that and live your life knowing that, oh, I forgot to pay the electric bill. I guess I better call them and see what kind of arrangements I can make. Be kind to that customer service person because you don't know who they had just before you. They might have got a death threat just before you. In your interactions with the people that you come across, always come across kind first. And understand, kindness is going to guide everyone through these new beginnings because unconditional love is the result. Not hate, not division, unconditional love, balance, and equality. Hate, that's what I want. That's what I want. I don't know about you guys, but that really is what I want. Yeah, what's this? What's our going out of here message from the emotion of the 100 mindfulness prompts? And this comes from Elizabeth Browning. Love doesn't make the world go round. Love is what makes the ride worthwhile. What are 3 things that made you love today? I challenge you to do this every night for the rest of the week. Till we see you next Taco Tuesday. What do you say? Love doesn't make the world go round. Love is what makes the ride worthwhile. Share your love. Open up your heart. You'd be surprised what comes to you. I tried that one day just because I had heard, first time I heard, open your heart completely, open wide to all. And I was like, even straight. I was scared of strangers and that kind of thing. But I was riding the bus So I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. Works. It works. It works. When you're open to love, love comes in, man. Whoo! And you know what happens when it comes in? Whoo! It goes right back out. It's a never-ending flow. Flowing. It's a never-ending flow. Thank you guys for being here. I love you all so much. You know, I don't know what I'd do if I couldn't connect with you all, because you're some social connection, everything. And I showed you this part of the project I'm working on. There's a quick look. Okay, is everybody paying attention? Look at me, look at me, look at me. Woohoo! Now you get to figure out what I get to do with what I just showed you. What was that she just showed you? Ah, maybe I have to pause. Watch the replay and pause. I love you guys. Thanks for participating. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful weekend this weekend. We have a 3-day weekend. We also have a full moon on Thursday, on the 23rd. So this is a powerful week, y'all. And that's why Spirit just kind of told me, let's go down that. Let's do the what if fear thing. Usually doesn't end up going anywhere. It's pretty much a dead end road. All it does is make you sick inside. And it's really not that hard to stop. It's just all a matter of your perception. If you have that thought of, oh my God, I can't pay my electric bill, switch it around to, let's see what we can find for help. Thank you, Fatima. Blessings to you. I will. Thank you much. You know what I'm doing today? I get to clear everything off of this table. That's why I've got the green screen going on behind me, too. I get to clear everything off of this table, and I have a new background. My white tablecloth. A while ago, I went to pick up the big piece of tile, work on a piece of 12 by 12 tile. That was resin had gotten underneath it, and it stuck to the tablecloth and peeled off a strip about that big. So, good thing I bought some peel and stick wallpaper. This vinyl the resin won't stick to it. So, I get to take everything off this table when we're done here, as soon as we go bye-bye, and put this down. And as you can tell, if it gets yucky, since it's peel and stick and removable, I can just change it out. Thought that was a lot smarter. Then also I've learned that this is a PVC tablecloth and resin sticks to PVC. There. I didn't know that. I thought it would be like everything else. Certain plastics stick to, certain plastics it doesn't. The weirdest stuff. Anyway, you guys, I love you. Have a great day. Thank you very much for being here. Let's make kindness a habit. So together, we will thrive. I love you. Take care. And we will see you next time.